What do you think about when you're at the beach and you're in the mood for a delightful, refreshing beverage? I personally go for a tiki drink, but not just any tiki drink. I usually pick the Mai Tai, the classic original recipe Mai Tai, not one of those overly sweet concoctions that you find at a bar anywhere around the country. That's what we're going to talk about today on the Florida Rum Explorer. A little bit about the history of the Mai Tai. We're going to make one and we're going to sample it. So stick around with us as we explore the history of the Mai Tai. But before we do that, make sure you click like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Or you can now follow us on, go to our new website, FloridaRumExplorer.com. You can even find links there to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. So see you in a little bit. Welcome back to the Florida Rum Explorer. We're here in our high-tech studios, and today we're going to be talking about the Mai Tai, the classic Mai Tai recipe. Not, like I said in the intro, not one of those ones that you get at a restaurant or a bar these days that are made out of a mixer. They tend to be very syrupy, very sweet, day-glow red. That's not the way the Mai Tai was intended. I consider the Mai Tai to be pretty much the granddaddy of tiki drinks. It's one of the classics. When I was researching for this episode, I found some interesting tidbits about it. One of which is that apparently the Mai Tai was the favorite drink of Richard Nixon. Say what you want to about Tricky Dick, the man at least knew a good cocktail when he saw one. But anyway, so what about the Mai Tai? What's the deal with it? Like any good food or culinary concoction, it has a bit of a murky origin story. It goes back to 1944 when one Victor Bourguignon developed his Mai Tai recipe. Victor was also known as Trader Vic, and he had a restaurant by the same name in Southern California around LA. But he developed it in 1944. It was a hit among all the returning troops from World War II. But the controversy comes out is that in 1933 there was another guy named Don Beach, and he owned a restaurant called Don the Beachcomber. He had something that he called the QB cooler. It had a similar flavor profile to the Mai Tai, but it had about twice the ingredients. So it's not really a Mai Tai. Vic Bourguignon gets the credit for actually creating it. It was a very simple drink to make. Vic Bourguignon built the drink around a J. Ray and Nephew 17-year-old pot-stilled Jamaican rum. Unfortunately, all that 17-year-old J. Ray rum is no longer with us. It's all been consumed over the years, so we can't actually make the original recipe. What we can do is a close approximation that Vic Bourguignon developed himself after he ran out of J. Ray. And that's what we're going to be making today. So stick around. I'm going to get the ingredients out, and we're going to make ourselves a proper Mai Tai. So here are our ingredients. They look like a lot, but it's really not that much, I promise you. What we have is a light rum, a dark rum. We have some orange curacao. Over here we have simple syrup. Remember we talked about how to make that before. We have orgeat or orgeat syrup. This is a almond flavored syrup. We have fresh squeezed lime juice. Then I also have what we're going to be using for the garnish, which is some lime and some mint sprigs. It looks like a lot. Don't let that scare you. It's easy to prepare. There's nothing simpler to do. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take our cocktail shaker, and I am going to fill it with some ice. This is going to get a little loud. So we'll add some more ice in there. Then we are going to take our measure, which I actually remembered today, and we are going to add 1 ounce of light rum, put that aside, 1 ounce of our dark rum, goes right into the shaker, a half an ounce of our orange curacao. In case you don't know, curacao is a orange flavored liquor that comes from the Dutch island of Curacao in the Caribbean. We're going to add that. Then we are going to jump on over to our lime juice. And remember, if you can do fresh squeeze, that's good. In a pinch, you can use the bottled stuff, the stuff I'm talking about that you can get in a liquor store, grocery store. So half an ounce of the lime juice. Put that over there. Now we're going to do a 1/4 ounce of our orgeat, or orgeat, however you would like to pronounce it. I actually like the almond flavor to come forward a little bit, so I'm going to add just a scotch more. Put that there, empty it in. And then a 1/4 ounce of the simple syrup. Pop that in there. And that's it. That's it for the ingredients. We're going to cap off the shaker. And we are going to shake this until it is nice and chilled thoroughly through. All right, that should be good enough. Nice and chilled. We're going to take a old-fashioned glass. Add a little more ice to that. Go ahead and fill the glass all the way up because you want this drink to be nice and cold. Then give a couple more shakes. And then strain into the old-fashioned glass. Now, traditionally, this is garnished with a sprig of lime, which I have here, popped in there, and slice of lime. Problem is, though, most people will do the slice of lime like that. I found out that's not the original way of doing it. We don't want to use our lime. We don't want to pop it in, wedge in there like that. So we're just going to get rid of that. What you want to do is you're going to take the end of the lime. You're just going to float it on top. And the reason for that is this is supposed to represent an island with a palm tree. It's kind of cute, huh? What do you notice about this drink? First of all, it ain't pink. It's not Day-Glo red. There's no pineapple juice. There's no orange juice. This is the way it was intended to be. It wasn't until the 50s when the Mai Tai made its way to Hawaii that orange juice and pineapple juice started being added to it. That's called an island Mai Tai. It's not a true Mai Tai. And then, of course, later in the 70s and 80s, bars started using mixes to make things easier, which I respect. They're run a business. They are trying to serve as many customers as possible, make things as efficient as possible. But they really kind of lost the bubble on what the Mai Tai is supposed to be. So this is the proper true Mai Tai, the Trader Vic Mai Tai, developed by Vic Bergeron himself in 1944. Well, not the original. We don't have the J. Ray, but this is as close as we can come to the original. And let me tell you, if you have never had a proper Mai Tai, you are really missing out. That's delicious. I can see why Richard Nixon loved this drink. I can't say enough about it. It's probably one of the better cocktails I've ever had. Definitely one of the better tiki drinks I've ever had. It is fresh, it's light, it's refreshing. A little lime forward, which is good. I like lime, but the notes of the orgeat and the curacao come out in there. It's just a wonderful drink. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you make yourself a proper Mai Tai moving forward. And until next time, take care. Oh man, that's good.